Another thing about the movie, it was wildly predictable.
Chris a senpai, pull up to the blaze like a samurai. Young OG Rochi fully Genkai.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Iceberg Snow, aka Coach the Don, and we're back with Movie Mondays. Today is Monday. Today's movie, Extraction. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. To keep it a whole buck, I'm a little disappointed. When I say disappointed, I'm not disappointed in the movie. No, because it's not the movie's fault. I'm disappointed in myself. Definitely. I'm definitely disappointed in myself for feeding in to go against my natural nature of ignoring what social media says about their opinions of movies and actually giving them a chance. So, Extraction. Directed by Sam Hargrave. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let's talk about the good things first. As far as the good things go, Chris Hemsworth did what Chris Hemsworth does. Act. He's a good actor. On average, he's a B+ actor, but sometimes he'll give us spurts of like an A- in certain scenes or certain films. I think the choreography for the fighting scenes, they did an amazing job. So whoever directed that did an amazing job. That was great. I think Chris Hemsworth's fighting scenes were also great. Even when he would like switch up to like from hand-to-hand combat to like more blade work, even like his knife technique, you would tell he practices form for fighting in that technique. It was very solid form. Like it wasn't just no like ragged street fighting blade work. Okay, that was cool. I like that. The kid who basically the whole movie is about, that was kidnapped for ransom, I thought he was a great actor. I felt like he was very believable in a lot of scenes. Like you truly got the presence from him that he was really in that situation, and you could tell like how scared he was, and even in some scenes he might have been trembling. So it was like, okay, he's in this right now for sure. Okay, I like that. I thought the directing was above average as well. I thought that was pretty good directing, as far as just like where the camera angles were shooting and the movements of certain cameras for certain scenes to give perfect perception of where the next scene is going and what's happening in this scene, which also went hand in hand with the editing as well. So the editing team, directing did a great job. Shout out to Sam Hargrave again. Now, what I didn't like, the movie itself, honestly, it was redundant. I feel like we've all seen this type of movie before. I feel like this wasn't anything new to us or anything unique that we were just itching or desiring to just indulge ourselves in at a time like this. I don't think this was a great film for all the acclaim it was getting. Here's why. So, Chris Hemsworth is basically playing a self-loathing mercenary, which we've all seen before. Basically going on one last mission because he has a death wish. Which I don't really have an issue with that. That's a common character trait for like movies that have the main character doing stunts or like playing roles like these. So I don't really just have an issue with that. But it's more as I felt like the plot of this movie was very, very weak. So the plot is there's a gang member in a third world country, and his son is kidnapped for a ransom, and the father is in prison, so he can't pay the ransom because all of his assets are frozen. So okay, whatever. So they call in Chris Hemsworth to take the job as a paid mercenary. But Chris Hemsworth doesn't really have money himself. They kind of build him up throughout the movie as like this badass top mercenary who like does big jobs with big checks because he is like the best of the best. But he lives in like a shack with chickens and shit all over the place. You would think he was like a lower tier mercenary. I didn't really think that made sense. I didn't think that the main the main villain or boss, he wasn't very believable to me at all. Like, now, that's not to say he's a bad actor, because he actually was a good actor. I truly believe that certain scenes that he believed he was being intimidated. But I just wasn't intimidated at all. Like, it wasn't just doing it for me. I don't know if it was his body physique or the clothes he was wearing, but it just didn't fit the type of character they were trying to build around him at all, to me. Honestly, I truly feel like the first 80% of the movie, he would have done better switched out with the guy that had a son and a family that he was fighting for, that was also working for the father that was in prison. I feel like those guys should have switched, because I feel like he was a great actor, but he could also be looked at as more intimidating. But I did love his final scene, how he went out and saved the boy, so that was great. He was just an overall great actor. So like I was saying, above all, it was above average directing, but the editing did seem sort of redundant with the, what's it called? The Mexican dust filter, or whatever they call it, the color grading. I mean, it's a common thing with these movies, going to like a third world country and they're just making it look dirtier than what it really is. I mean, it didn't like hurt the movie, but it didn't like give it any points either. It's like we've seen that, and it just doesn't look visually pleasing. I got tired of that color grading pretty fast. If we're being honest, it was really just an action-packed movie. Lots of explosions, lots of fighting scenes, but it was only so much things going on to grab your attention just to drive you away from the fact that the plot was actually pretty weak and the writing of the story wasn't that impactful at all. It was just okay as far as the writing and plot goes. The writing and plot was on the level of a Netflix movie, honestly. I wasn't really impressed by that. But yeah, there are fighting scenes if you like fighting scenes, and there are explosions, so that's cool, I guess. Another thing about the movie, it was wildly predictable in several scenes. Like not even the great scenes, like the regular scenes, you saw almost everything coming, from him going to the friend's house, asking for help, to the friend turning on him for money. Like it was like obvious, especially when they started drinking and talking about, hey, how much do you think the kid is worth? What else would be next? It was very obvious. So yeah, they had their fight scene, and that was cool, like I guess. But it was nothing that we all haven't seen before. It was very repetitive, very redundant. We've all seen this type of movie before. If you've seen the trailer to this movie, Extraction, you've seen the movie Extraction. It's nothing that you're just missing or itching to see. Overall, I give the movie a B-, I guess, because like I said, you can definitely tell that there was work put into the fighting choreography and the directing, definitely. And the editing wasn't piss poor either. I wasn't a huge fan of the color grade, but I'm used to it by now. Yeah, B-. If I had to grade just the story and writing alone for the plot, probably a C. I feel like that's being nice. Maybe a C-, but I'll say C. But overall, B-, because we're not gonna ignore the fact that there was good acting, wasn't great casting for the whole cast, but a lot of cast members did like show up for their roles, and it was some good acting. So I won't take that away from them. But yeah, B-. This has been Movie Mondays, under 10-minute movie reviews. And if you agree, comment down below in the comment section. If you got any opinions on the movie yourself, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think down below. It could have been a 10 movie, 10 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Let me know what other movies you'd like me to review. But until then, peace. We just venting.
You know, I was just venting, man. You know.